1, 2, 3, 4! From the Riffs! Hey, welcome back to From the Riffs. I'm Big Will Johnson, and behind the camera,
Carmen Blair.
And I'm here with a couple buddies of mine, the Manning brothers, Brian and Alan. And they're a little unique in the art world, and they're definitely unique at Palladium in the fact that, obviously, as you guys can see, they're twin brothers. And they actually do work together. And so we're going to get to know the Mannings and find out what their working process is, what makes them tick, and, well, I guess we'll just get right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Basically, we started doing stuff for Palladium in 2003. 2002.
Well, he started first.
Yeah, and then
he was motivated to start first, and then
because I'm more motivated.
With his success, I grabbed his coattails and he brought me in with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was at that time I was doing all the penciling and inking myself.
Okay.
And you know it's getting a little much, so I convinced him to help me out, and basically he was when he first started, he was just doing. You were just doing the inks at the time, right?
Yeah, mostly inks.
So I would do all the pencils and just scan them, and actually we were doing all original, so I would just bring them over there, and he would ink them, and then
awesome.
There was a time where it got to the point where the assignment started getting like larger, especially like the Riffs China one. Even though we did a lot of artwork for it, it didn't all make it in there. But there was the fact that there was so much of it, we kind of just split it right down the middle and said, I'll do all the pencils and inks for this, you do all the pencils and inks for this, and we'll collaborate on several of the choice pieces.
I see. So who's older, Brian or Alan?
Alan is.
Alan is.
Eight minutes.
Few minutes.
So you're like the scrappy little brother.
Yeah.
You guys are saying you pass stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
Do you do that mostly in person? Do you work mostly in person, or do you work mostly, like, are you separated in distance and
do
it on the internet?
Yeah, we live in different parts of Vegas. Like we live across town from
each other. But
yeah. So most of our work now, since we turn it in digitally, I'll do the pencils, scan it in,
right,
email it over to Alan, and he
I'll ink
either
it by
print
hand.
it out.
I'll print it out, ink it by hand. Sometimes I'll ink directly digitally. A lot of times he'll just bring me the originals. I'll ink them and scan them,
which is
and
the best way to do it.
Okay.
Actually, hand them the originals.
Yeah. Now we just start emailing the things back.
Okay, I see. All right, so tell me, what inspires you guys? Like, what gets you guys going when it's like I was talking with Walton and everybody else earlier, and I was like, what's that thing that gets when the pencil hits the paper and you get the zone, right? That art zone where you're just like, okay, this is coming together.
It gets easier. There's an art zone.
Well, most recently, pro wrestling. Pro wrestling has got us.
Pro wrestling, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
is it the same for both of you guys, or
the most recent piece we were doing was the pro wrestlers, the tag team duo. So, but for me, it's comic books. I hit the comic store all the time, buy way too many, and hope my wife doesn't see the receipt, and I'm just reading comics and trying to draw based off of that.
You just got to whip it out next time she buys too many shoes. It's okay, honey.
You pay more for your haircut. Clearly, I don't. So I can buy comic books.
So how about you, Al?
I don't. It's the same thing, but I don't have the same big stack of comics. It's more like, I remember this issue. It was so cool. You talk about
remember how awesome
early
Jim Lee
90s
was?
Yeah, the golden era, that early 90s when the Image started.
Absolutely.
Do you have any certain types of comic books you like?
You know what? It was. It used to be, like I said, the early Image stuff. It was
Marvel and Image.
Real art driven. Yeah, Marvel, Image.
Young Blood.
Yeah, things like that.
X-Force.
Yeah, Gen 13.
Yes, we like Rob Liefeld.
Yeah,
Yes,
hey! I'm a Rob Liefeld fan too.
Yeah, go ahead tell Mew.
Everyone's good. Everybody's going to stop watching us now. But hey, a lot of us guys, we learned a lot from Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
So, being that as it is, now we've been asking everybody this, and we want to see if you're part of the coven, so to speak. Are you guys daytime artists or nighttime artists? What are your working hours?
Always nighttime.
Night.
Yeah.
Wow, boy. That's a full house. We got them all. All vampires.
We have day jobs, that's why.
Yeah.
We have like full-time jobs, pay the bills, and then...
All right. So, you kind of make time when you can.
Nights
right?
and weekends.
Nights and
like
mostly
3 minutes.
When we get an assignment, we calculate how many weekends we get to work on it. Here's the deadline, and I say, oh, that's 2 weekends.
Right.
And then a few nights to polish. polish the work up.
Okay. So any formal training between you guys?
Unfortunately, no. I wish
No.
we had more. We used to take art classes in like high school and stuff just because I didn't want to take harder classes.
All right. Yeah.
But, you know, as soon as I was in college, we just weren't taking any art classes at all. And I was like, I wish I would have done more, like, illustration stuff. We have friends that were doing, like, groups where they would get together and draw, like, life drawing and stuff like that.
I don't even join that.
And, yeah, he didn't even do that.
Lazy.
And then, so recently, I started going out, hanging out with these people, learning how to paint using acrylics.
Cool.
And I'm watching these guys crank out paintings in 10 hours, and I'm taking 80 to do mine, so.
Hey, it takes time to get good, right?
There's a lot of nights and weekends.
We're not sure. We'll let you know when we get there.
Yeah. Now, speaking of getting good, once you guys felt that you were good enough to really take a stab at the business, how did you get in?
Scott Johnson basically kicked my butt into being lazy. I mean,
Out of being lazy.
Out of being
not
lazy.
into being lazy.
Now, just for a little note
posted-
for our viewers, Scott Johnson now works for Marvel, correct?
Yeah, he's
all
phenomenal.
those famous, those new Spidey posters that your kid might have hanging in his bedroom, that's Scott Johnson stuff.
Yeah.
And
The
he
Rift's
used to be
Ultimate
with
Edition
Palladium.
cover.
I posted some they're pretty okay artwork on the forums, and I got this email from Scott saying, "Why don't you just submit these instead of talking about submitting them?" And I said, I don't know. I don't know what really to do. He said, get 8 to 10 pieces fully inked, send them in, tell me. And so I did that, and he just let Wayne know that the package was in there. And then I got a letter from Kevin asking if I wanted to do stuff for the Rifter. And I said, okay. I was super excited. It was fun. The funny thing was, right before that, I had sent in a package to at the time the company doing Shadowrun was FASA. I got a rejection letter from them, and it was exciting. And I was like, yes, they noticed. It says right here, I got promised. And then I just never did anything with
It's
it.
just validation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All
So
right.
after that, when
then
Scott got
then
on my
you went
case, I was like,
snatched-
I got to do it. I don't want to make him
Yeah,
mad.
you went snatched your brother, you're like, hey, man, start inking.
Yeah,
I
it was
did
like
the
a
same
year
thing.
later,
I
I
actually
just
had to send in the
fucking-
same 8 to 10 pieces just to show, because Kevin's not going to go, oh, you're his brother, that means you're in.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I
just go,
asked
"Here's
him,
my
is
work."
it okay if my brother starts inking my work? He says, I need to see some samples.
Okay.
So I was like, you need to send samples.
Yeah, and then
Awesome.
lit a fire.
All right, you guys don't have a lot of pictures with us, so can you give us an idea of your favorite? Well, hang on for those
okay.
ones for a minute. Give us an idea of your favorite stuff you like to draw. We'll put some cuts in so people can see them. But give us an idea. Like, you know, are you into guns? Are you into robots? Are
A
you
lot of
into
superheroes
dinosaurs?
and robots, mostly.
Yeah.
I really like superheroes and robots. That's what
Yeah.
we draw a lot of. But really, any assignment that comes along, we're willing to draw it.
The Robotech stuff has been a blast. Like the very first role-playing game we've ever played was the Robotech RPG that
Oh, yeah.
Palladium did back in the 80s.
And we
So
went to
we got
Ninja
really into
Turtles.
that. Yeah, then we'd start playing Ninja Turtles and Heroes Unlimited. We got really hooked on Heroes Unlimited.
So, yeah, along those lines, mostly, really.
So, yeah,
that's
Okay.
kind of where we grew up.
Guns, we like drawing guns. I don't even shoot guns, but
But you'll draw the hell
I'm
out
obsessed with them for some reason.
But you like drawing
I
them.
like drawing.
Big badass ones.
of it. All right. Very cool.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we put some pictures in there. Now let's go over the two pieces you did bring. Do us a favor, show us one at a time so we can get a good
All right.
look at them.
So this, what we did this year, we decided to bring propaganda posters. One from clearly a pro-human,
Coalition.
anti-magic side, and then we did
Pro Magic.
our pro-magic side, and we're selling these at the open house this year. And this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. Usually we just sell original art and commissions, and this year we decided to at least try something like this.
It was
since
a lot of
everyone
fun,
doing
too. It was
so.
a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
don't know why we didn't do this before.
All right, we'll put the pictures up individually so everybody can get a good view of them. Can you explain how you did them? Because they're fully colored. They're not your usual.
Yeah, it
just telling
starts
you.
the same process. Like this one, Alan basically did the penciling and inking of this.
The figure was
Of the
penciled
figure,
in.
yeah. I scanned it in. We did some research on propaganda posters and stuff. So I just did the different text effects, stuff like that. Added the paper wrinkles. Did this big ugly government style stamp.
For the most part, though.
Clearly, you don't know how to read, but you know the word join if you're a CS
For the
citizen.
most part, it's this was inked by hand. A lot of the elements were done in a combination of Photoshop and Illustrator. And then,
Okay. All right, and then let's take a second one and explain how you did that one.
It's the same basic process. It was the figures were all drawn.
I did the pencils on this one, gave it to Alan. We had like some drug dealer handoff. We just drove cars next to each other. I handed off, and or he actually came
no
to my
drugs
house.
were involved.
He actually came to my house on that one. So,
now, this one has more color in it. Was that harder?
The style of coloring we did, actually, this one was harder for me because even though it's only the duotone, it's like digitally painted, whereas this one it has like a cutout
we
style.
went more just a blockier color, just something.
So this was actually
more
for me
school.
easier to do.
Okay.
So I just colored the figures, handed them off, and then Alan did the rest.
Same process, colored in Photoshop and Illustrator. It was all designed in Photoshop and Illustrator.
With the distress.
We added some folding and some distress effects.
Very cool. All right, man. So we got a little glimpse to the Mannings world. I think that's pretty much going to bring... I'm sorry?
You got any upcoming?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We've been trying to pump everybody for info because our viewers at home, the guys that don't get to come, and like they do not get to come to the Palladium Open House. I know you guys thought you tried. The guys that don't get to come to the open house, they don't get to hear about the unique little tidbits that people might be working on. So, is there anything you guys could share? Any little things you might be able to...
We actually don't have any pieces that we've been working on, like
nothing.
If you're checking out the artist tables, you're seeing like a lot of the stuff that hasn't even been printed yet.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even seen that stuff. But just talking to Kevin, the only thing I know is he wants us to do more Robotech stuff. But other than that, there's nothing actually.
We'd love to do
works.
it.
So there's more Robotech stuff on the way for all you Robotech fans. All right, very cool. Well, okay.
Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying.
Right. Shh, on the sneak. So anyway,
if you want commissions done, let him know. He'll let me know.
So
we'll pencil ink it.
You guys are great. So listen, this is another edition of From the Riffs. Really want to thank you guys for joining us and coming all the way from Vegas. It's really awesome. That's Palladium for you. They got people everywhere doing great things to keep you guys entertained. So, in the spirit of keeping this entertainment going, please click on the ads. Keep giving us the great feedback. We love the feedback, man.
The ads are floating.
Yeah, we don't. They're usually at the beginning of it, actually.
No, we can do it.
But anyway,
rewind. Watch that 30-second ad. Don't skip it.
Yeah, please don't skip it. We can do some bigger, better things. And we love doing this for you. So keep checking us out. Don't forget, we're going to have our own spot in the Palladium Forum, so you can check us out there. If you want to send us emails, make sure you send emails to Carmen or send them to myself, bigwill@gmail.com. And just keep on watching and keep on gaming. This is From the Riffs, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.